Yo, get this guy out of here. God, thank you so much for today. I hope this one was going amazing. This one's going great. I love it to go wrong. I hope all our technology sustain the context of our videos. I hope the sounds pick up clearly, give us fresh, help us to all look really sweet in videos. And yes, God, you're good. If there's anything else that I missed, please.
You didn't miss
consider
nothing.
it.
God take care of the rest.
Take the wheel. Take the camera.
But why did Jamal only say amen to make we all look sweet?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
So.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Oh my gosh. It didn't break. It didn't break. Yo, Lucy, looking at it like it broke.
Bro,
1, 2, 3.
is it recording?
Hello.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Hello,
Everybody.
Oh, sorry. We're saying hey. Okay, that's sorry, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, everybody.
Jamal didn't say he was drinking his.
Okay, now let's say hey everybody or hey everyone.
Hey, everybody.
That was fine.
But you didn't say. Everyone has to say it.
I'm not saying it. I'm
You have
a
to say
guy.
it. So you
Hey
want
guys,
to
we're being
say
serious now. 1, 2, 3. Hey everybody.
Such an ob. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's your girl Simi, and I'm back like I never left. Welcome to episode 9. Episode 9 of the Time00ut podcast. Happy New Year. Merry belated Christmas to all of our listeners, our new listeners. We appreciate all the support that you've given us this past year. So this year, we're really happy to have you on board. As you can see, things are a bit different, clearly because you can see us now, you can see our faces. If you're listening on any of our podcast platforms, thank you so much for listening. But FYI, we're actually now a YouTube channel. Yes, these are some of the beautiful faces that have been behind some amazing episodes, the first 8 episodes. The views, the characters, the problematic opinions, the thoughts, all of it. I'm not even putting anybody else specifically, I'm just saying in general.
She was pointing at Chelsea. Did you see that?
No, I was just moving my arms. Like, I just move my hands when I talk.
Fam,
I'm
I
like-
am a feminist. I cannot be cancelled.
Anyways.
How many times do I have
Anyways.
to say this?
Make it make sense.
Moving
I
on.
love women.
Yeah, okay, listen to episode,
women.
I can't even tell you what number it is, but it's about men. You'll know it when you see it. And this friend of ours here was on it. He's a special guest. And yeah, you can just maybe try and think for yourself.
I can be
Think for
counseled.
yourself what you think about his views on the whole topic of feminism. But
Oh,
yes,
please, not today.
not today.
Like real feminism though. Not
We
like,
know it.
not
Like
like,
actual
not like what's going on now.
Yeah.
So what's going on now? It's not real feminism.
OnlyFans is not feminism. That's not empowerment. You're broke.
Cut the
I'm
camera.
just-
Cut the camera.
No, but that's real life.
Anyways, next, thank you.
Then
Thank
you
you.
fire taxes.
Thank you, Jamal. You can see yourself out to the
Okay.
And I'm just gonna crop the video right here. I'm just gonna end.
You know when you do the YouTube editing and you zoom in
I'm
on
actually,
people's faces?
it's crazy
Can
because
you zoom in on another
I'm actually
part
a real
when
life
Jamal's
feminist
talking?
though. Like I actually like boss women.
Honestly,
But I
no,
can't-
but that's not what being a feminist
not what
means.
feminism is.
I
So
can't-
that's why I've had enough
I
of this conversation.
can't view you as a boss if you have OnlyFans.
No, but the thing is, like, being a feminist isn't about only the boss woman.
I'm a feminist because I support boss women.
But that's not what a
women.
feminist
Yeah.
does.
That's not the sole part of it, but that is one
Feminism
aspect
is
of
not,
it.
you don't pick
No,
and
it's
select
not.
which types of women that you want
But
to
that's the
study.
thing.
The ones that are secure selling.
all women who are that I
Enough,
support,
enough.
the women that I support are bosses in their own right. You know what I'm saying?
That means you're not a feminist. That just means you support your friends and family.
No,
That's what it means. You support
boss
your
women
friends
that I
and
don't
family.
know. I support them.
Okay, so anyways.
Huh?
Thank you for coming, Jamal. You can go now.
Like, that's not even the vibe right now. Just relax. Is it every day? Stir up the pot, add some salt and seasoning in every single thing. And then,
What was I gonna say? Tell us to introduce
join
ourselves.
you bear ruckus for no reason.
We should introduce ourselves.
socials.
Yeah, your thing threw me off.
What? I didn't do nothing. Oh, the cup? Oh.
Anyways, yes, do y'all want to go around and introduce yourself?
I literally didn't even...
I'm almost talking to you now. Do you want to go around and introduce yourselves to our lovely listeners so they can put a face to the voices?
I'm Jamal.
That's it? That's all you want them to know?
I'm Jamal, yeah. They're gonna find
Okay.
Episode's about to start.
Actually, okay, everyone go around and say your name and...
Jamal ruins everything, by the way.
Everyone go around and say your name and your favorite thing that you bought this year.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go first. Hi everyone, my name is Simi. This year, I bought a lot of stuff. I bought a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you did.
When I tell you a lot of stuff, honestly, I think it's really important to support local businesses, 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 to support local businesses through this pandemic. Honestly, us shopping is just helping families put food on the table, which is why I had to buy a Tupper bag this morning.
That's the only reason why.
So
the only reason she asked us question is so she can plug her bag.
The favorite thing you bought this year, you bought this morning at the end of the year.
And she happened to make the question. Take this in.
Medium.
Connect the dots. Connect the dots.
When y'all see me on Instagram, you know, like this.
How fast she said, okay, I'll go first.
Just know that I have to support local businesses. Buy black, y'all. Buy black.
Next.
Oh, wait.
All right, Chelsea, go.
Hi everyone, my name is Chelsea. My favorite thing that I bought was also a bag too. My Brandon Blackwood bag that says "End Systemic Racism." So cute.
Links will be in the
You know the
bio.
vibe. Support Black owned, LA based.
Hey everyone, my name is Losa. My favorite purchase for this year is probably my camera.
I knew she was gonna say that. I knew she was gonna say that.
Shout out to this camera right here.
The one you're looking at right now. Oh wait, we're looking at it. The one that's looking at us right now that you're watching. Look at us. That camera.
Honestly, I bought a lot of stuff this year, but the only thing that can really come to mind is this camera that I've wanted for a very long time.
Invest in yourself.
Shout out to Kijiji.
I thought you were gonna say
And Best Buy. Shout out to you, Jamal.
That's right, got the Best Buy plug.
Plug.
Best Buy
Jamal
plug.
from Best Buy.
The best for
Once
last.
upon a time. My name is Jamal. My favorite thing I bought this year. There's this burrito taco place
Wait.
This is
on
the
Young Street.
most Jamal answer.
That was my favorite thing I bought this year.
That's to be honest.
Wait, is it Kamali Kanela?
Yeah.
There's another one.
On the
that,
one?
that was not.
That was on Young Street.
That's on.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say,
Jane, that was on Jane.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna
Which one
say
is
the
on
name of the
yours?
taco place?
Am I that guy though?
Yes.
Yeah,
you
you
need
are.
to add more information.
I don't know the name.
Knowledge is power.
I
You
don't
know
know
the
the
name.
name.
What's the
I don't know the
intersection?
Young and I don't know.
He's one of those.
Anyway.
I'm actually not one of those.
We should even have given you a
Every single time I get a spot, I tell people, like, what do you mean?
This guy said his favorite purchase was a taco.
on
Facts.
Young Street. Like,
Facts.
y'all long Young Street goes. Young Street goes from Brampton to like Ottawa.
Yeah, it's in Brampton. The taco spot's in Brampton.
You know what? Tacos are fire, but I honestly didn't expect you to say that.
Yeah,
On Young Street.
That was really good.
Why should be like
That's a good
or
answer,
something?
right?
Is because I'm like all of us said very like.
Bags. Like, I'm not gonna say I bought it.
I love that for you.
She's lying.
What?
Next.
When someone
I shouldn't
says
even be talking.
when someone says I love that for you, they're lying. They do not.
That's
But I
that's,
do.
that's a
I
hater-
genuinely mean it.
That's a hater statement. That's a hater statement.
No, but
It's
like,
not.
I love it for you, but I also love it for myself because I had tacos yesterday.
Then say that too.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
feel me?
tacos.
But I'm
Like-
happy for you. It means I'm happy for you.
No, but you said you love it for me.
I'm
Like,
happy for you also means you're happy for that person.
So say
Yeah.
that. You see what I'm saying?
So that's bad vibes too?
That's super bad vibes. I love that for you is bad
Oh,
vibes.
happy
That's
for
why women only say it.
What about happy for you?
Huh?
I'm happy for you. That's more bad vibes though. Someone's like happy
That's
for you.
bad vibes.
No,
Like, yo,
no, no.
I'm saying, like, let's say a girl comes to you, she shows you a picture of her man, says, yo, this is my man. And you say, oh my gosh, I love him for you.
No.
But what if I said I'm happy for you?
That's the
Then
guy version
cool.
of I love that for you.
Or like,
Because only guys say I'm happy for you.
that. Don't say that to me. Don't say that.
Don't say I'm happy for you.
Don't say you love that for me, because I need you to love it for you too. See what I'm saying?
But it's not
No,
mine.
but you don't.
But you want it to be
I love that
yours.
for you.
But it's
No,
not mine.
that's not how this life works.
Some people just think everyone's an op.
Girls like to talk to their ops like they're not their ops. So.
Where are you getting this info from?
Huh?
Where are you getting this info from?
This is personal research.
Jamal has a burner account where he pretends to be a 17-year-old
Burner
black
account?
girl.
I don't use
on
my phone
social
enough to
media.
have a burner account.
I beg.
Cap.
Can we please go to today's
Cap.
topic?
That's not today's topic.
No!
Cap.
Anyways, the reason why we're all
Cap.
gathered here today on this lovely...
Don't say the day. That's off top. Wait till say your address.
I was gonna say... Yo,
No.
the reason why we're gathered today is lovely gathered today. It sounds so aggressive. The reason why we're gathered to this lovely evening is to discuss the very first episode that came out just around a year ago, actually, which was titled You vs. 2019. If you haven't listened to it, pause this video right now and go listen.
It's in the show notes.
Bio down here somewhere, right? Anyways, I would definitely suggest listening to that video first. Well, it's not a video, actually, it's a podcast. Listen to that podcast episode first, just so you can get some context on where we're coming from now. If you want to do that, that's fine. But essentially, we just discussed how we got through 2019, some lessons learned, and some good habits that we wanted to develop. So I was actually going to ask you all, or remind you all of what you said in that episode, because I know that you guys didn't listen to it since like last year. So I just wanted to remind you all about what you said and just see if you stuck to it.
Awesome.
So the question was, what good habits do you want to develop going into 20?
Oh God.
Where is that? Going into 2020, so the year that we're just finishing now. So Losa's was to pick her battles. Jamal's was to be more organized, and Chelsea's was to be more patient, and mine was to panic less. So how do you all think that you did? I did great.
You did great? You don't panic as much?
Cap. What was this you were saying?
Cap.
I did great. Thank you very much. Everyone.
It's all cap.
This is about me. It's about all of us. How did you guys do?
We didn't, when we filmed that, we did not realize what 2020 was going to bring us.
Yeah. If I knew a pandemic was coming, I wouldn't have organized.
Okay,
it.
when we filmed it,
We had no idea where we were going to be at today, but...
Okay, wait. When we filmed, it was end
the
of January,
climax.
right? So Kobe Bryant had died, Pop Smoke had died. That was it. Long
And
live
we
Kobe,
thought that was
long live
the...
Gigi,
Yeah.
Mamba mentality forever.
We
Long
thought them
live
I
dying
also
was
mentioned
the
that life was
tipping
short
point.
too, though.
Yeah, life
we
was short.
definitely learned that a lot this year.
That lesson really carried
Yeah,
through.
but we were still I don't say the streets. We're still commuting to work and to class, you know.
At that point.
At that point, yeah, in February, yeah, that makes sense.
So
Very true.
That was in February.
Yeah.
I think so. End of January, beginning
So
of
that
February.
was wow. So like
We had
next,
no idea.
next
We
month.
had no idea, like in less than a month, that we would enter a
We were
pandemic.
talking big plans. We were saying get our money
traveling
up, get
the
our bread
world.
up. Yeah, travel was definitely
No.
something we discussed as well, I think.
We were buying plane tickets just for them to get canceled. So.
Here we are. 1 year later.
1 year
Actually,
later,
yeah.
haven't traveled
Yo,
at all.
ever when the pandemic started, I was like, oh, by August it will be fine.
No, we
The
really
denial
thought
was real.
in like 3 weeks. We're like, yeah,
I was
3
thinking
weeks
maybe
ago,
for
we'll go
Oktoberfest.
somewhere.
Like, can you believe that? And look at us now.
There's
Well,
snow on the ground. The man's
still
are
here.
locked down again.
I guess for me to start off, did I pick my battles? To be honest, I feel like in a way I did, but there's the constant, like I feel like there's a constant battle of like just the pandemic itself, and just all the different factors that played into like our like daily lives. If that makes sense. Like so, like I would say like the battle I picked was the pandemic, and then like
That was a battle.
yeah, that was literally.
But you
There was
could've
no
picked-
choice.
And then like
you could've picked that.
I feel I could have
It
picked
picked
that.
you.
Yeah,
It picked you.
yeah,
It picked
it picked
you.
all of us.
Picked
But
us all.
I think that like I think God was still very faithful in all of it.
Amen.
I think there's tiny battles that stem from the pandemic for a lot of people. But yeah, God was still faithful. So,
Amen.
As always.
yeah, that's my 2 cents.
I was nothing but patient this year. Because, can you imagine? This was the real test of my patience.
It was.
That's
The whole world paused. God said, that's your goal. Let's develop this skill today.
Patience, stay at home and wait.
Yeah, because everything was slowed down. Everything was on pause. So I literally had no choice but to develop this skill. And I don't think if it wasn't for COVID that I would have
So
I would have been able
so-
to do
so-
that.
So if you're coming out of this a more patient person.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like I really learned to
I
just
love that-
take
I love
it
that
day
for
by
you.
day. Thank you so much.
I love that for you a lot.
Thank you. Yeah. I think I reached my goal.
In this room.
Ops.
Anyways.
No, I actually felt the love, so I hope there was love because I felt the love. But I think I made my goal because I was forced to, not because of my own will, but because of the Lord's alone.
You had to adapt.
Well, I feel I'm a little more organized than I was in February. I feel a little bit more orderly, plan on my day a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah, that was what you said. You said to be more intentional and to take time aside to do certain things.
For sure.
Oh, okay.
So that's what you do now.
I'm on that. Yeah.
Do you use Google Calendar?
No.
So how do you
supposed to, right?
Just vibes.
Wait, no plan, just vibe.
No plan.
But any progress is still progress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we don't need to be the most perfect versions of ourselves every year, but if
Exactly.
we're working towards that,
I hear that.
that's all that matters, right?
I love that for us. No cap.
The sarcasm is just not necessary.
I'm not.
Sarcasm. I
It's
feel
not
like the
sarcasm.
bass of your voice just sounds sarcastic to me.
It's just my voice.
But
you
that's
know?
good.
Your voice is sarcastic.
And Simi, Miss Panic.
Hi everyone, yeah. So I know that this time last year, I said that I was going to panic less.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think I was more aware of the fact that, given the fact it was a pandemic, I think I handled my first pandemic very well.
Yeah.
You're saying that like there's gonna be another one.
Oh, God forbid.
God forbid, I rebuke that.
I mean, the vaccine just got here. 2020 was,
Second strand is on its way.
yeah. So I'm just gonna say, because I don't know what 2021 holds for the rest of the world. I know what it holds for me, but I don't know what it holds for the rest of the world. I just wanted to say that for the beginning of the pandemic, our current state in the world, I think I handled it quite well. I definitely did panic a lot, but not a lot. I would say that it was
You panicked less than normal.
less than normal
For you.
for me.
Mm-hmm.
Over like little situations. This year, I feel like if I did panic, if I did like faint or anything, I had good reasoning. It was an expectation. It was the appropriate response.
Wait. That didn't add up to me.
It made sense because before I would just panic over like nothing happened. I'd be like,
Okay.
ah. But I think this year, it kind of makes sense. Like the situation, the situation made sense. Like if I told you why I was panicking, you'd be like, oh, you know what? You're kind of onto something there, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think, but you also have to give yourself grace.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's a hard year for everyone.
it was a really difficult year for a lot of people, and I guess
Mhm.
the entire population. So
And in these circumstances, you really did your best. You were still intentional about all your managing of emotions, and so we love it.
Thank you.
You
Any
did
progress
that.
is progress.
exactly, you know. So
Yeah, I think I felt the panic. I could feel the panic coming. I feel when my sweat glands would open up. So I knew in that moment I had to stop panicking.
Oh.
Oh, I personally don't.
Sweating is a result of panicking. Just wanted to get
Yeah,
it
it's a
out.
side effect.
So that's why I said
Do
what
you
I
think
just
this
said.
was the first year you actually like were conscious about you panicking so much?
Oh no, I was panicking.
Or you always-
I was new. Like I will avoid certain situations because I know this will make me panic.
So
Or I'll
make
know
you
like
stressed
all
out.
week I've been at like a level 5. If I put myself in a situation, I'm gonna reach level 9 or 10. So I knew when to take space. But I feel like this year I was like, I'll tell myself like, yo, it's not worth panicking over.
It's not worth panicking.
It's not worth panic. What do you gain from panicking?
no, like I said in the first episode, like life is so short, and it's very cliche, but we saw that this year. Like, you know, like life can literally flash.
Long
Exactly.
Yeah.
And our clothes are too expensive and too nice to get sweat stains on.
Yeah, like I actually don't have time to be going to functions and bringing multiple shirts because I'm gonna be sweating. Like the fit is too cute. I cannot ruin it.
That's not the way.
Yeah, it was
That's
never
what
that
I mean.
deep.
So
I think it goes back to
Yeah.
Losa's goal as well.
yeah, and
Right?
picking battles.
Pick your battles, right?
No
It's
one
not
to
everything
panic
faints.
and no one's not panic.
Exactly. So I just
Yeah.
decided, you know what? I'm never sweating again. Period. That's it. I'm
Tell 'em.
done.
That's a lot
Like
of
we
power in your
said,
words too. Like,
yeah.
You're saying that means a lot.
Know your body.
We're always gonna laugh, look back and laugh.
We're gonna look back and laugh at 2020.
Not laugh.
I think so though.
Laugh and cry. Like I tweeted,
And
I was
thank
like,
God.
every
Yeah, that's
time
what year. Yeah, that's
every time I think about how this year panned out, I laugh and then I cry,
Yeah.
Mm.
Back and
or I
forth.
cry and then I laugh.
That's so bad.
Laugh now, cry later.
I
Shout
love that
out to
song.
you.
Shout out to Aubrey.
Shout out to Aubrey Graham.
I'm
You guys are-
dead.
Is it on?
Yeah, but I need to finish chewing.
Oh, okay. Sorry guys, hold on 1 second.
Girls are so like intelligently conscious about how they look at all times. You feel me?
Because it matters.
No, it does matter, 100%.
Guys just
Like,
be
you're also good at that.
not tucking the shirt into the pants, flies open, your lineup is
Flies open
different
is
size,
nasty.
different locations, your eyebrows are different postal codes, like
Eyebrows in different posts.
so, the one and only question I have for everyone here today is what was your biggest lesson, biggest takeaway from 2020? Or it could be a few, because I know this year had a lot. Like I had one takeaway from every single month. If I'm being honest. Like,
You had a long years.
every month I was having epiphanies and revelations. But going forward into 2021, what is a piece of advice from yourself to yourself that you are going to be holding on to?
Me?
So start us off, yeah.
I would say like just be present, you know? Just be present in life, like as it goes on.
Yeah.
Because like not even the fact that anything can change, but what you do last month can just be so insignificant. So it's just important that you live in the moment and be conscious of what's going on around you and just like appreciate it.
Appreciating your presence.
Yeah, appreciate like
time.
what's going on. 'Cause, like,
And take it all in.
take it
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
in, like just love it, man.
You never get it back. Some of it, like,
You'll actually forget.
yeah.
And then you'll reminisce and you're like, wow,
You'll be
that was
sad.
such a special moment.
We used to go
Yeah.
outside. Can you believe that?
Yeah, even when you just look back at your 2019,
Concerts.
there's so many moments we
No,
should
I
have
actually,
appreciated
yeah,
more.
no, I actually really believe in living life to the fullest. Like,
But
Just living.
Same.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a balance, but gotta enjoy it. Cause honestly, what made me think of that was like my mom's mom died when she was 18, and it's like to think that literally all my siblings are over 18 now. Just like, you know, like to actually just like appreciate people around you. Like things can change quickly.
It
and
matters
it's
very
it's just
quickly.
regular.
Yeah.
yeah, that's really important.
So it's just like good. Of course, that you're always looking at your goals. What's the next day? What's the next month saying? What's the next year saying? But
Oh, yeah.
sometimes you gotta calm it down and appreciate what you got
Yeah. It's not really rush.
and enjoy it.
I love that.
I love that for you.
I love that for all of us.
For all of us.
I love that for all of us.
Yeah.
I'm happy for all of us.
I think
We'll see.
one lesson that I learned, I think I've just really learned to just make sure that every next step that I take is very intentional. And that even though it may be a small decision, just hoping that it lines up with like where I want to be long term in the future. And that's not to put any pressure on me to, you know, be successful and do all these great things. Like we all watched the movie Soul and we saw how, you know, like impactful that was. Like, you know, our passions, our successes do not make us, right? But I think like every little decision that you make like will affect the course of your future, whether you realize it or not. So that's something I learned. I also learned that God is very intentional with all of your desires. For me especially, yeah, like I think I really I hated commuting. I hated commuting so much. I was like, God, please.
If you're from Toronto, you know.
You know, like I
struggle.
was
Line
commuting
one?
so far from East Gwillimbury all the way to Toronto every morning, waking up that early. And you know, some people are used to it, and some people can cope with that, but I personally couldn't. And you know, obviously, like a lot of people don't get to have that opportunity, but I'm really grateful to God that I had the opportunity to work from home. And I didn't realize I would have the space to even. Or the time to even like.
Oh, you're saying so you hate your commute, so it's blessed that you get to work from home every day.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, but even with that, like, it just gave me so much more time to even realize things that I wanted to do long term. And like, I think for all of us, like, since we've all graduated, like, I think
Alumni gang.
we're not like, we're in our coming of age, but we're actually starting to become the women and men that God has, like, you know, ordained us to be.
Yeah.
And not to, I don't want to kind of come off as like oh, like it's success and great things are happening. Because, you know, like
things are happening.
that wasn't the case for a lot of people this year, but
Yeah.
it's just so cool to see how God has allowed that to happen to us in this year, and allows us to see us through the whole year in that capacity. So that's what I took away. It's beautiful.
It's so good. I feel like mine really piggybacks off of Los's as well, in that like when you're highly favored, you're highly favored. Like if you're a child of God and you trust Him in every aspect of your life, like His plan will play out for you. And that's what I saw in so many times. Even when I didn't even see myself turning to God, God was like, don't worry, I've already paved the way for you. So just follow my lead, and there'll be a job opportunity there for you. There'll be a relationship there for you. There'll be a rekindling of relationships for you there. If you just open yourself up, like your heart, your soul, your mind, everything up to it and receiving it, God has it available for you.
True.
And even in a pandemic, that's what I realized. Like some of my greatest wins have happened in 2020, and it was all because of trusting God and God's like grace and just provision over my life. So I'm so grateful for that.
And that ties in with Simmy's too. Like you don't need to panic. You can just like let go and let everything just take care of itself.
Thank God for
Miracle
choosing
worker.
us to be alive to see
Yeah,
through this year.
exactly.
Like this is not our end, and like we get to keep going.
We say Happy New Year,
Amen.
right? Like you're probably gonna see this in New Year.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
This is a New Year. This crossover
What?
is going to
2021?
hit
It's different.
differently.
Different. If you are alive watching this video, I'm telling you.
Yeah, if you're a believer or you're saved, you better be on your knees on the 31st,
What?
thanking God for every single thing He's done for you this year.
You made it.
The way things are moving 2020, like
Because it could have been so different.
it could have been anyone. Like the fact is that so many things are out of our control.
Yeah,
Given like the pandemic, like
exactly.
God is so good.
But I have another lesson.
Okay, go ahead.
My other lesson was that social media is the most powerful weapon. That's what I learned
Black Lives Matter.
this year in like so many different ways, even with like false nonsense stuff. We saw like how things can spread so fast on social media that aren't even accurate. But then we also saw how like movements like NSARS and BLM can also spread worldwide as well. We learned so much about the power of social media and even like the fakeness behind it too. It became really apparent to me too in terms of like
Like influencers and stuff like that.
yeah, exactly. And like the Black Square Day, like performative activism, sorry, that's the word I'm
All
thinking
you
of.
folks
Yeah.
that posted a black square, and then that was it. You just posted a black square for vibes.
They're
That's
working
it.
though. Like,
Think of just
It's like FOMO almost, like if
Just
I
so that
don't
we know.
do it, you know?
Just let me know, because I went back and checked every single person that posted a black square, and I was like, your stories, blank, your posts, archive, your tweets, just about you and your dog, or you and your cat, or you and your animal. Anyways, you people know who you are. If the guilt is peppering your chest right now, it's about you. Fix it. Fix up. That's all I have to say.
Even like all the trends and products that we bought off of Amazon, they were all influenced through social media this year.
From TikTok.
This technology in general really
It's so
like,
scary.
It took off like
so
never
much.
before.
It's so much for like this pandemic, everything. Even with the vaccine coming out, technology, like
Yeah. The FOMO
this-
and
yeah.
people like instilling you.
Social media is a wild place.
TikTok.
it's crazy because
It's
this is just the beginning of social media.
Yeah, it's
you know?
actually
Like,
just the beginning.
it's not that social media is not that new yet.
No,
Yeah.
it's not even that advanced. I've been giving us.
I mean, it's not that old. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not that old. Like it's still in the beginning
its
stages.
early stages,
We don't
yeah.
know where social media is gonna be in the next like
Like
20,
artificial
30 years.
intelligence.
And I feel like we're just now seeing its potential, you know,
Yeah.
like
I mean,
just
it's-
how much impact it can have.
This is still the beginning of a decade too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and decades are very significant. Like how
In the world of tech.
like the role they play in society in general. Like there's always each time period has a specific like role it plays in society. So like of course with pandemic 2020.
I mean, how long has Instagram been out? And people are just like, oh my gosh, the algorithm heard what I said. TikTok heard what I said. Now they're showing me ads based off my conversations. Like, and it's been out for a minute. Like, imagine what else has been happening behind the scenes, and that we're not gonna realize for another like couple of years. You know, that's actually really scary. Biggest lesson.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
So what was your biggest lesson for 2020?
Biggest lesson. Okay, yes. To build off some points that you both made earlier, definitely that God knows the desire to be heard. Honestly, when I did my journaling at the beginning of the year, right, for like my prayer journal, just to write down like some goals I wanted, like things I wanted to happen this year, I wrote it down, and then I think in like, let's say March and when I just scribbled everything out because I was like, never mind. But I did that, and I was like, telling myself like, oh, this year's in God's hands, like whatever happens happens. But like deep down, I still had like the same desires. But I was just kind of like, well, it's not too many more because like look at how the year's moving, right? And what God showed me this whole year was that whatever I wanted and was getting, it was not gonna be up to my own abilities, because I realized I low-key did like not depend on myself, but I was really I was a go-getter. I go and get things that I want, and then I was totally not giving God the credit that he deserved in terms of what he was doing, because I was definitely taking a lot of I was giving myself a pound back for a lot of what I was achieving, not realizing it was God. So the fact that this year ended and I went back to my journal, read through my scribbles, got the jobs, got the speaking engagements, got the travel, a lot of everything I wrote down like came to pass. And we were on lockdown this whole time. Like I, glory to God, got my dream job in the middle of a pandemic. So that was definitely one lesson. You know that it's not by my strengths, it's only God. That was one. Two, don't feel guilty for resting. I'm not a workaholic, but I feel guilty when I rest. Oh, I'm not guilty, but sort of like I feel bad. Like I should.
Like you're not doing enough.
Yeah, like when I'm resting, I'm like, yeah, that's actually guilt. When I'm resting, I'm like, oh, I should be doing something else. Or even me resting, I saw it the other day, and it was like, oh, I wish I could remember it. It was something like, like, I tell myself I'm resting, but really I'm just working on something that's not my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Or something like
that was, and oh my goodness, that was actually me too.
Like, I'm like, oh yeah, self-care. My self-care day is me editing like a podcast at 3 o'clock in the morning and doing a LinkedIn course. That's me doing self-care.
Literally.
Not self-care. So this year I became a self-care enthusiast. I would say that includes just not doing anything, honestly. Sleeping past 12 used to give me anxiety, and now I don't care. I sleep till 1.
No shade.
1 p.m. Not every day, of course. Not every day. Like, come on, people, have some class. But I sleep until 1 p.m. on the occasion. And if I wake up at 11:30, I don't panic. Like before I do, start crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, the day's over. But
and I think that also reminds me of like not putting so much pressure on yourself to like be perfect, to be constantly moving, to be constantly like working and get your bread up. Like sometimes we focus too much on getting money up that we lost our value. You know what I mean?
Yeah, capitalism. Rise and grind Twitter, that's tweeting rise and grind at 5 a.m. Like, when I'm just going to bed, like,
not life.
Y'all people thought you were winning, but you're not. Because now you have bags under your eyes, and we don't.
And it even goes back to like what Los was talking about and being intentional with it. Like don't just do stuff to say you did it. You know what I mean? Like just to say you're in every space, just to say that you made every dollar. Do things because that's where God is calling you. Do things because that's where you find passion. Exactly. That's where you find your joy. And you'll see so much more reward in that stuff than like reducing it than trying to mumble and be on every scene. Like
and you'll feel less like work, you'll feel less overwhelmed, less exhausted. And when you relax and you actually rest, like you'll enjoy it way more because you're not dreading anything that has to happen in the future.
And you'll see your purpose in those spaces. Yeah. You really will.
Yeah, you're not meant to chase everything.
No, not everything is meant to be done by you. Like, just because you want to do it doesn't mean you have to do it. Just because you want to be there doesn't mean you have to be there. Just because they invited you doesn't mean you have to go. Yo,
sometimes you be going, you just catching COVID for yourself, you know?
So we all shaking on the other end of the camera. Anyways, I'm so
shaking
sorry.
Table.
But the way I was attending webinars of my life depending on it at the beginning of the pandemic.
Tell me about it.
What? I was a webinar addict. I was doing Zoom on my phone and on both laptops. I was, no.
But you were purposeful because you weren't actually actively engaging in every single one. You weren't actually actively networking in every single one. When you could have just done one a week and you could have been fully present.
You just have to be good at like a few things, not like everything.
It's not a webinar. It's not every webinar, every Zoom event, every YouTube event. Like.
One thing I also learned too is that a closed mouth never gets fed. Like you really have to go, like you said, you're a go-getter, you really have to go for what you want.
Yes.
And that ties into networking. Like if you want something, tell them, like reach out, be like, hey, like I'm looking to build my portfolio. Like are you interested in doing a collab? Or, you know, like if you want to learn more about a certain skill, like even in the workplace, you know, talk to people. People are always willing to talk about themselves, right? So I think it's really important to build connections and, you know, go after what you want. make it clear what your intentions are and what you want, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, when you realize the worst they'll say is no. Worst case scenario.
worst case.
Because it's always yes, okay, maybe not now. Like on the end of the spectrum, worst case they'll say
It's a hard no.
is a hard no, and they'll give you a reason for it. Most likely, if they're not used to somebody, they will give you a proper reason for it, which on some occasions is something that you could like. It all makes sense to you, right? Like people aren't just assholes for no reason.
I haven't even heard no before. I just maybe no response. What's the worst?
Nobody's even telling us no.
Reach out to someone else.
So honestly,
Exactly.
if you just think about it, if you don't do it, who will? Huh?
Yeah, and that's not even just professional wise. Like anything,
Life.
right? Anything out of
Even
life.
your relationships and stuff. Like, if
Yeah.
you have something that you need to say, like get off your chest, just do it. Like get it out there.
Anyway, something that I believe I got blessed with too and realized, and I'm sure you guys agree, like
I agree.
you really understand the value of like friendships and relationships and even your family, and I feel like I have a clear understanding of who I want to see in the next like few years of my life, like years of my life, not a few years, like you know the rest of my life, and like I just have that clear purpose. Of course, like friendships come and go and like relationships come and go, but I really like I could see like the value of a lot of the relationships I have and the purpose behind each relationship, and every time I think about it, it actually warms my heart. That's actually something that I value so much, like whether it's with my siblings, my parents, or these two over here, and like my other friends. If you're watching, like you know, like just know that I really value the relationship that we share, and you know, it's like I said, like life is not guaranteed. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, right? So being able to share specific moments, whether it's virtual or in person in a social distancing setting, with COVID restrictions or whatever, like it was cool to see that, you know, I could still connect with a select few people, and that also kept me saying, because social interaction is something that we actually didn't get to, you know, have as much of, but we still made the most of it. So like that was really cool.
Yeah, I know the people that I'm like, oh, I need to see you for the rest of my life. Like at some point, like I need to see you at like specific times. And some people I'm like, yo, I haven't seen you in a year, and I'm not pressed. It's okay. Like I don't hate you, nothing. Like it's fine. But I just realized I did not need to see you. I don't need to see you. We haven't spoken, and I don't think we need to speak. No hard feelings, obviously, but just like knowing the type of people that I want in my life. And
it was so clear in this year. I don't even know why, but it was just so clear.
Yeah, I'm now referring to my inner circle as my bubble from now on. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone so much for joining us for our very first video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked watching us speak. For those who are listening, thank you so much for listening.
Yes.
Definitely do check out our YouTube channel as well. You already know the drill. Like and subscribe. I think the subscribe button is down here somewhere. Yes, it is. Yes, I know what YouTube looks like. Sorry. The subscribe button is down here. So like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for joining me today for this very first live recording.
Of course.
It's been a pleasure. It's been absolute vibes.
Thank you to our live audience for joining us today.
Always.
I'm kidding, there's no one here. But
Cut the cameras! Cut the cameras!
anyways, thank you everybody for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below and tell us what your one word is for how 2020 went, or what words you're prophesying over 2021.
Amen.